Action.
Yummy good.
Tell them where you are.
I'm at Nowhere's in Bremerton, Washington, eating Boca Burger and yummy French fries.
Okay.
Today, for my entertainment, we had lunch at Round Table. We had a salad. Now we're in Costco, and Barry and I are sharing a yogurt, and of course, darling Greta does not eat yogurt. It's too fat for her, or milk, or something. And she's having a Diet Coke. Yum yum, but this is better. Okay, Barry, that's it. Okay.
Yep.
Hi, I am on the deck with my dear, dear friends Greta and Barry. I'm having an absolute martini that Barry made, and it's wonderful. I couldn't buy Grey Goose here at the state liquor store because the price was beyond belief. So I am enjoying Absolute anyway. Cheers, everybody. Have a great evening. I missed you guys. Finds a girlfriend. I mean, my father apparently had to have a woman in his life.
His hormones.
I don't want any more pictures.
His testosterone was.
I guess, anyway.
How old was he then?
He died at 79, so...
No, when Stella died. Oh, so he was in his 70s,
75.
maybe. Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Well,
What are you doing? I was so worried about gaining weight. So we get married and we go on a honeymoon. We went to Canada for a week. And I watched every morsel I put in my mouth. And then we went a week at the Concord Hotel in the mountains where, you know, all the food. And we would go and eat like lunch. And she'd, you know, have all this food, the Jewish waitress. And she's, what we want. I said, I'd like a fruit plate with fresh fruit and a little cottage cheese. Do you realize how much money your husband is spending and all you're eating is fruit and cottage cheese? I said, that's it. That's all I want. P.S. I want you to know, the first year I was married, I lost 10 pounds. Because I was so afraid of gaining weight. Can you imagine?
That's
I got
great.
thinner and thinner. My very thinnest, and I was really, really, really thin when the kids were little. I weighed 119.
So maybe.
When I went on my honeymoon, we went to Canada for a week. We were going to go to Montreal one week and Quebec the second week. But after 1 week in Montreal, we decided to go back to the Catskill Mountains where my husband Ozzy had friends playing at the Concord Hotel. Anyway, I wore suits and hats. You just did not go on a plane. That was the first time in my life I was on a plane with pants. I mean, people just didn't do that. We spent our honeymoon night at the Savoy Hotel in Manhattan. We didn't have a car, so friends drove us to the airport. It was a propeller plane, and we spent a week in Montreal, and it was wonderful. And then we went to the Concord Hotel, and there I could wear pants. But it's a good thing my Aunt Shirley had loaned me a first stole because they were very fancy schmancy, rich women there. And if I didn't have the stole, I would feel so out of place. And the funniest part was, when we'd go to eat, I was so afraid of gaining weight that I wouldn't eat the food that they served, which was humongous. So I would order a salad of fruit with cottage cheese, and the Jewish waitress would say, do you know what your husband is paying for this, and all you're eating is fruit and cottage cheese? That's ridiculous. I said, I don't want to gain weight. That's all I want. I was so careful, I probably lost 3 pounds on my honey. Anyway. I remember my girlfriend Ann and myself were standing on the front stoop of our apartment building, and Ozzy, my future husband, came over with a friend of his. And we chatted, and they said, would you like to go to this, whatever it was, a bar or whatever? And we said, sure. So we went. It was a weekday night, and they had a band. And so they asked if anybody would like to come up and sing. And my husband said, oh, I'll come up. I was so embarrassed I almost slid under the table. And he got up there and he sang, and he was so great. that I, set that up. And he was fine. He was a wonderful singer. He really was. He was very talented. So then I was